everyone, welcome to Club 2 episode 13 of Rolling in the Isles, an FM20 British Isles Journeyman series with me, the United City FM. So things are going remarkably well since the split in the competition at game 22, where the top half play the remaining top half teams and the lower half play a separate competition. We've been doing amazingly well. We're currently sitting in second place, 3 points behind the New Saints on the top. But if we go and have a look in our schedule, you can see that the last sort of half dozen games have been magnificent, and it's just the right point we've managed to find our form and go on a bit of a run. You can see we did it a couple of months back as well, and the rest of the season earlier was a bit more inconsistent. So we've really hit our stride in the last couple of months. It's been going brilliantly well, but today is a really, really tough opposition because they sit currently top of the table, as I say, and if we lose to them and go 6 points behind, I'd almost say that might be them winning the title. If we can get a draw, that's not too bad. I will happily take a draw today, but if we were to win and go equal on them with them on points, then the last few games of the season are going to be really, really interesting to see how close we can get to winning that title. In the half dozen games that we've won recently, you can see that we went through in the Welsh Cup fourth round, which is good. We put a second string 11 out for that as well, so gave everybody a bit of a game time and rotated and rested a few players, so that was positive. I'm playing on the new public beta patch, and you can see that from the first half of the season where it was goals galore, since the last few games of going on to the beta patch, it's been a little bit closer, a little bit tighter, winning games by the one goal here and there mostly. And we haven't changed our style of play particularly. We're still playing the gegenpress and trying to impact ourselves on the opposition quite a lot. And so far we're managing to sneak wins, which is pretty good. I will carry on playing this way until the bottom falls out of it in that sense. But as I say, today is the New Saints, really hard opposition. And then the next game is against STM Sports in the Welsh Cup quarter-final. We really need to start thinking about winning this competition now if we're in the quarter-final. Let's go and have a look at the draw and see who else is around. Colwyn Bay, Barla, Cardiff, Met Uni and the New Saints. They're going to be the real challengers for it. Colwyn Bay and the New Saints is going to be a meaty tie, so whichever one of those goes out will make it easier. And yeah, down into the semi-finals, if we could get there, we're in with a shout, I would say. So my focus won't switch to it because look, I mean, we've got a real opportunity to do something in the league here, and whatever points we get today will take us further away from Kevin Druids, who sit in third place. If we can get some points or a point, would be really amazing, wouldn't it? So yeah, still all to play for in these two competitions. I won't spread myself too thin. It's more likely that I will play second string 11s in the cup competition until we come up against one of the real big sides, maybe. But I just need to focus on our league, and even if we don't win the title, which is well beyond what I thought we would achieve this season or what was expected of us, we could still get one of these Europa spots. And to get into European football, as I've said before, even a qualifying round, even if that's all we achieve, is still something worth achieving. It will boost my reputation, it will gain some stuff for the club in terms of their reputation and some finances and all that kind of good stuff. So lots still to play for the rest of the season. So after today's game and this episode, we'll come back and we'll play Barry in the Welsh Premier League, and then dependent on whether we were potentially in a final of a cup, it'll either be the New Saints to finish the season or it'll be the cup final to finish the season, one or the other, and I'll keep you up to date with what's going on in the opposite competition, whatever's going on at the time. You can see finances are still not great, but we are slowly increasing them. We are getting there. It's going to take a little while for this club to be completely sorted though. But having said that, in the summer, if we go and have a look at my squad view, I was just messing around with my squad, the list aspect of the squad, and putting people in various ways to see how best you can see what's going on. And on this particular occasion, I was looking purely to see what the wages were like in our first 11 compared to our bench and other bits and pieces. I have rotated the side around a little bit. I'll talk to you about that in a second. But you can see in this area down here that we've got a couple of players, like the two Edwards, for example, on £60 and £85 a week. and Tatum is injured today, so he'll be normally in our first 11. But Gibbs is on £90 a week, and some of these players, and potentially some on the bench, like who have we got on the bench that's coming up? No one on the bench will move probably because they're all got another contract for another year. But there's a couple in our first team also that have got high wages that have got only a couple of months left on their contract, and some of them are wanting to renew it and some not. And Sarmento is one of the issues that we've got, in the sense of he might not get a work permit. It's possible that he will, but he might not. So we'll see what happens. I'm negotiating with him at the moment, so hopefully by next episode we'll have an answer to that. But yeah, so I'm just thinking about next season and how the finances of the club look, and we might have to reduce this wage budget slightly again just to see if we can continue to boost the finances of the club a little bit. But yeah, that's for another day. For today, it's all about the game against the top of the table rivals, the New Saints, 3 points behind them. Can we find a way to get a win and draw level with them, or are they going to stomp all over us and cause us a problem? Our previous meetings against them, you can see that we've lost much more than we've won, which is another problem. They are a very good side, and they are last season's champions of this Welsh Premier League, so you can see that they have the pedigree. Anyway, in terms of the team, as I said, I've rotated around a little bit. I'm just experimenting with a couple of the newer guys that we brought in. So, for example, Bentker has come into central defence at the expense of Joel Edwards, who is... Let's go and have a look at Joel Edwards. He hasn't been playing brilliantly recently. He's done okay, but nothing brilliant. But you can see that at the age of 31 and with 60 quid on the wage budget, I'm likely to move him on in the summer. Even though he's got one more year on his contract. He's one of those that I'm likely to move on because of his age, and that means that I've got to start looking at the alternative, and the alternative currently is Bentker, who I've just brought into the club. Excuse me. And you can see his current ability is 3.5 stars and his potential is 5 stars. So it's worth at 19 giving him some game time and seeing if we can increase some of these attributes. And he's got pretty good attributes. They're solid all the way through. I would suggest him what you need him to be. And if we play him, maybe they'll get more than solid, which is a real possibility. We were trying to get rid of Harris just because of wage issues and the fact that I bought a couple of players in. And we haven't been able to do so. So on this particular occasion, I'm going to give him an opportunity to play and put himself in the shop window a little bit, because he still will leave in the summer. And let's just click on that, just so it confirms that that's what I want him to be every time he plays. And yeah, so he's back in the side just to give him a little bit of a run around. And again, it was that thing of who's got the most wages, but also I was looking at the star ratings of the players. And so I'm beginning to see if I can get some of a better performance out of some of the more highly rated, star rated players in the side, because some of them haven't been performing, but here's an opportunity to do so. Anyway, enough rambling from me. The rest is self-explanatory. Tatum's suspended, so he can't play at the moment. But other than that, I've just made a few choices to see what I can get out of a slightly different 11. Not because they're not performing well, but just because I want to keep it as fresh as I can and keep people wanting to improve and trying to stamp themselves on the team and hopefully get some good performances out of them. It's a gamble, but there you go. That's part of being a football manager, isn't it? So anyway, today's team is Brass in goal, Harden at right back, Owens at left back, Gardner and Bentker in central defence, Harris, Rogers, McBurney in central midfield, Sarmento on the right, Parry on the left, Busumbru up top, with Hope, Roberts, Evans, Hazel, Gareth, Fenlon and Graham on the bench. So let's get into this really tough top of the table game and see what happens. So the New Saints are playing a 4-5-1 with a very flat 5 in midfield across the central midfield line. We're playing our 4-2-3-1, so a little bit different to that. So we'll see where the spaces open up in the game. In terms of team talk, my assistant suggested we encourage the players, give them a bit of a morale boost, which I thought was, a pretty good way to go about today's game, really, considering who we're up against and really considering that I would be delighted with a draw should we get it, unless we're like 4-0 up and draw 4-4 or something, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, so I've told the players we've been on a good run lately, so go out there and impress me. Just, put the onus on them to go and have a good game. So we are at home, which is really positive for such a big game. We're in our red strip. They are in their what looks like white and green strip. So let's see what the first highlight brings as the game kicks off, and the first 7 or 8 minutes is quite quiet. Oh, you can see immediately they've had a couple of shots at goal, but none really on target so much. But we've struggled to get into the game so far. But here's an opportunity for us. And it's a free kick just on the very top of the area. Parry. Whoa, what a strike that was. How did he get it through the wall? We need to see that again. Just see how that went through. But what a strike that was from Parry on his right foot. And it does just go straight through the wall, it looked like. But what a brilliant strike that was. He's been underwhelming recently. I've been umming and ahhing as to what I do about his position. But he's given an opportunity, and today he's taken it, which is really encouraging. So here come the New Saints down their left-hand side, working the ball nicely across to the far side. And that's a really good half volley, isn't it, from Harris on that far right-hand side for New Saints. And unfortunately for Brass, he didn't really see where the trajectory of the ball was going particularly well, and looked a bit foolish, really, I think. He could have got a hand to it, maybe, but it was such a thunderbolt. A good raking cross to the far post, and on the half volley, puts it right in that top corner. I'm a little disappointed with the goalkeeper, but, it was a quality strike, wasn't it? And it goes back to 1-1 after the sort of like the 20-minute mark. And you can see that the game is opening up a little bit, 50-50 possession. They're having a few more shots than we are, but hopefully our quality on the shot will be better. Here's an opportunity for us. Rogers cuts it wide right to Sarmento, beats his man, gets in the box, and he's brought down by his man, and that's got to be a penalty, surely. And it looks like it is a penalty, which is really great. Good run by Sarmento. McBurney on the penalty, powers the shot home, no doubt there. And we go back to 2-1 after 36 minutes. Really good run by Sarmento. Beats his man initially, runs into that right-hand side of the penalty box, and the tracking back defender hacks him down from behind, and we get a penalty and go 2-1 up. And here's an opportunity for the New Saints. Good punch out by Brass, the goalkeeper, but New Saints pick up the ball with Jenkins in midfield, and we're pushing them back, which is really encouraging, but they do keep the ball, and they go switch to play wide right, and Harris beats his man wide right and cuts into the penalty box, has a shot, and it's a very good shot. Left-footed. I think it was him that got the first goal right-footed, wasn't it, for them? So left-footed, he drills the ball past Brass into that very low far corner, and it was a lovely bit of play. He passes Owens like Owens didn't exist on that occasion, gets into the box, finds himself some space, and then powers that shot left-footed into the far corner of the goal, and we go back to 2-2. Really good game, really up and down game, lots of opportunities. But at some point one of us is going to have to tighten up a little bit defensively to win this match. And here come the New Saints. Can we do it here? Can we get a good foot in? And it's Harden in our defensive area. They're closing down the play. They've gone centrally. Toilette beats his player and has a pretty decent shot, but it goes slightly wide of the post, and Brass had got it covered, I think, and that will probably take us through to half-time, and it does. You can see the match stats suggest that they've had the better of it in terms of the opportunities, but we're fairly even on shots on target, and you can see that we've had slightly more possession, which is pretty positive. So all in all, I'm really happy with that. It's going, as I said, if we got a draw, I'd be happy. So how are we going to take some of the nerves out of this team? Because I don't like the fact that they're nervous in this sort of game. So let's calmly say, what should we do? Let's go with, I'm happy with the performance so far, keep it up. And that's hopefully what we were going to get, a bit of motivation, bit of encouragement there. And hopefully that might take away some of those nerves into the second half. But we'll just keep an eye on that, because I don't like the fact that they're nervous. I want them to play with freedom if possible. There's an opportunity for the New Saints with a decent free kick to the far post, but the header goes over the top of the bar. Didn't actually trouble the goalkeeper at all, so that was fine with me. And here we go with a long goal kick from the goalkeeper of the New Saints, putting it into the midfield area. We win it very comfortably with Rodgers and find Sarmento down that right hand side in plenty of space. Can he get a shot away? He can't. The defending cover was good. They got back at him and they got a foot in there and cleared it for a corner kick. The corner comes in but doesn't beat the first man, which is a bit disappointing, and they clear the ball comfortably. It was a good movement, good pick up from Rodgers in centre of midfield. But then we didn't quite manage to get the strike at goal, which was disappointing. So let's come and have a look at some of these ratings and the fitness, etc., and see what we've got. We've got a couple of yellow cards, and we've got a bit of apprehension, and I don't like that at all. So because he's got a yellow card and he's apprehensive, we'll take Bentker off and put Hope on. But he did okay, but that's what we'll do for that one. Harris has got 6.4, so we're going to bring Hazel on for Harris. And see how he copes with this particular match. And then something up top maybe. I'll leave Harden on with the yellow card. I hope he'll get through the game. Again, Basumbru at a 6.5 has normally been the star of our show, but he's apprehensive here. Not particularly playing well, so we're going to take him off and put Graham on and just see if we can redress some of those apprehension sort of notes that we've got through our side and get some more positivity in the team in the last 15 minutes of the game, and hopefully eke out one of those opportunities to take the lead again. But we'll see. We're on the 83rd minute. Owens with a free kick down our left hand side. Parry picks the ball up and moves centrally into Rodgers. Back out to Parry. Please don't lose the ball in that sort of area. McBurney loses the ball. It was a bit of an aimless ball, really, wasn't it, into that attacking left side position, and we didn't have anyone there. And the counter-attack has been really solid by the New Saints. We closed down the space enough. Good block on that original shot, but they maintained the ball and they found some space down their left-hand side. Gets into the goalkeeper. Oh, it was a good move, wasn't it? We had a couple of really good opportunities to block the shots and other things, and then they found that overload on that left-hand side for them. They got their shot away, and it goes to 3-2, which was really disappointing. Was there a bit of offside in some of those? Possibly, but I don't think there's much I can do about it because I don't think the players involved in the play were offside. I think it was others. So I don't think we'll get that lucky, and we're not. And it's 3-2. Good opportunity here for us, though. Sarmento to get a decent cross in on the free kick. Goes to the far post, punched out by the goalkeeper, McBurney, on the edge of the box. And what a great strike that is. Lashes it home. What a brilliant strike. Right on the edge of the box. The goalkeeper punches it well, but that means that he's out of his goal and leaves a bit of space there. And McBurney has the quality to see the space and really powers that right-footed shot into the far corner, and the goalkeeper stood no chance. And we're back to 3-3 with a couple of minutes left. Can we see out the game and get a valuable point here to cement our Euro spot in the league? We can. I said at the beginning of the game I'd be happy with a draw, and I really, really am. Against the top side in the division, that's absolutely brilliant. So we'll say I'm happy with that performance. Everybody's delighted with that, which is great. Some really good average ratings in that performance, and you can see that we've picked up another point on our third place opposition, Kefin Druids, and so that's really positive. We're now 9 points clear of the fourth place side. I think we've got a Euro spot. I really do. I think that's really encouraging. And we're still 3 points away from the New Saints, which puts the pressure on them to continue to perform, considering at the end of the season we've still got to play them. And so anything can happen on that last day, potentially. The New Saints labour to draw. I think we played well for our draw and made it hard for them personally, but that's okay. So yeah, really encouraging, really good performance. I'm happy with that. So let's go back into the schedule and just check out what I was saying before. So we're going to come back and play the game against Barry next episode, just to see where we are after a couple more games in the Welsh League and see what happens in our quarter-final of the Cup. And then the last game of the season will probably be the New Saints, or, dependent on what happens, we might do a double header with the Cup final if we get there. But it looks like the New Saints is going to be vital, doesn't it, really, if we can keep our good run of form going. Anyway, that'll do it for today. So thanks very much for joining me. Hope you're enjoying the series so far. If you are, why not subscribe to the channel? Keep up to date with the videos. If you enjoyed this particular episode, then why not click a like on it for me? That helps me get seen by other people in the YouTube algorithms. So that's really important for the growth of my channel. But If you're playing Football Manager yourself, let me know how your saves are going in the comments below. Always interested to hear your stories. But until next time, take care of yourselves. I will see you soon, and bye for now.